This evening's been amazing, better than we expected. Big right hand.
Cut, he just didn't see it. Oh, it's a clash of heads. It's a hook come uppercut, he just didn't see it. Oh, it's a hook come uppercut, he just didn't see it. Oh, it's a clash of heads. It's not even a punch. It's a clash of.
What up, fight fans? Thanks for coming back. It's Sporting Advantage's breakdown of Dillian Whyte versus Joseph Parker. First off, shout out UGC. Shout out to the whole community. Trying to do things right, trying to give the fans correct, accurate boxing information. Let's get right into it. We've got rounds 1 through 4. Whyte throwing 179 punches, Parker throwing 190. Whyte's percentage is 30% for the amount thrown, and Parker is 33%. Now, that percentage is for the entire fight. So these guys Whyte threw 30% in the first 4 rounds, and Parker threw 33% of everything he threw in the entire fight. 33% of it came in the first 4 rounds. Punches landed, 1 through 4, we have Whyte landing 44 and Parker landing 31. That's 26% for Whyte landed and 39% for Parker on landed. The punch gap for the punches landed is 13, and that went to Whyte. Punches per round, we have Whyte with averaging at 11 and Parker averaging at 7.5. All right, in the review for rounds 1 through 4, round 1 I gave to Parker. Round 2 I gave to Whyte, even though I showed the video of his headbutt that they called a knockdown. I don't believe it was a knockdown. Some people say that he had a uppercut that slipped in after that. I hope by the video you just saw, you will not think that anymore. So round 3 I gave to Parker, and round 4 I gave to Whyte. That leaves us with a 2-2, and I gave the advantage to Whyte. Little notes that I jotted down. Round 1, Parker looks good, very fast landing, throwing more. Whyte landing some good counters, is wild at times. Now, these notes that I'm writing are just as I was watching the fight, just, quickly jotting down things. It's not, me sitting down or writing a report about it. All right, round 2, I have Whyte. What did I say? Whyte. Whyte's shots seem to be more powerful. Parker taking harder body shots. Whyte drops Parker. Headbutt. Whyte second round, even without headbutt. All right, so what I was saying there is Whyte won the round regardless if it was, not ruled a knockdown. I still think Whyte won the round. Round 3, Whyte continues hard pressure. Parker responds well. Landing flush at times through the guard. Whyte said Whyte's flurries may not be enough. And round 3 I gave to Parker. Round 4, Whyte starting to bully Parker. Ref warns him about holding and bull rushing with his head. Parker getting frustrated, Whyte walking Parker down, Whyte holding head to land uppercuts, still gave the round to Whyte. All right, round 5 through 8. punches thrown, we have Whyte throwing 217 and Parker throwing 190. That's a punch gap of 27, and it goes to Whyte. The percentage for Whyte is 37%, and for Parker is 33%. So you look at the first stats on punches thrown. You have Whyte with 30. He shot up to 37, so he increased it by 7%. You look at Parker. He stayed exactly the same with 33% for both of them. Punches landed, rounds 5 through 8, you have Whyte landing 68 and Parker landing 26. That's a 42 punch gap in favor of Whyte. The percentage for landed comes to Whyte landing 40% and Parker landing 29%. Now, again, this percentage is for the amount he landed compared to the entire fight. So right there, you can see that Whyte had an extremely good middle rounds. At 40% of his entire punches landed came in rounds 5 through 8. Parker at 29%. And yeah, if you look at Parker's 1 through 4, he was at 39% on punches landed. So he dropped 10% in the middle rounds. The punches landed per round, Whyte was at 17 and Parker was at 6.5. All right, my assessment of rounds 5 through 8, the things I wrote down while the fight was going on. I said Whyte, aggression continues. Parker landing better when being rushed. Whyte still landing more every exchange. Parker, very good. I said Parker, very good movement. Whyte continues to rush. See here, round 6, I said Whyte warned for shoulder check, turning into a slugfest. Both men are looking tired. Whyte continues to bully, but now is a little more wobbly. I did give the round 6 to Whyte. Round 7, Whyte again warned for a headlock. Parker picking shots well. Whyte is just landing more. And I gave round 7 to Whyte as well. Round 8, Whyte said Whyte's jab continues to cause problems. It's setting up the right very well. Parker landing better while being rushed, seems to be timing a little better. I gave round 8 to Parker. Rounds 9 through 12, we have punches thrown, Whyte 191, Parker 188. That's 33% for both men. It's a punch gap of 3, obviously very close in punches thrown. Let's go to punches landed, 9 through 12. We have Whyte landing 58 and Parker landing 33. That is 34% for Whyte and 37% for Parker. The punch gap is 25 in favor of Whyte. So right here we can see that this round, the last 4 rounds are one of Parker's. It's Parker's best rounds. Obviously he has the knockdown in the rounds, but as far as his percentages goes, he shoots up from compared from 1 through 4, 5 through 8. Let's see here. On punches landed, he went from 29% to 37%, 5 through 8 to 9 through 12. And he actually slightly dropped 2% compared to the first 4 rounds. But when you look at the amount he landed 2 more than he actually did in the rounds 1 through 4. All right, on my assessment of the fight, on the things I jotted down, round 9, Parker sneaking in and out better. Whyte, huge uppercut. How did Parker get back up? Okay, I'm talking about the knockdown right there. Said Parker recovered well and finished the round looking better than Whyte, even though he was dropped. I still gave the round to Whyte, obviously. Round 10, Parker picks up his pace. Whyte's jab continues to set up the looping right. Parker countering very well this round, trying to time the uppercut with Whyte rushing in. Whyte warned again for holding. This is the third time. That might be the fourth time. I may have been off when I wrote that at the time. And I gave round 10 to Parker. Round 11, I said Parker pressure is creating openings. Parker winning round 11. Round 12, I said Whyte very tired. Whyte missing a lot of shots. Parker drops him. Count went all the way to 9. And I also said Whyte was able to hold on for the last seconds for the win. All right, the totals for the fight. We have Whyte throwing 587 punches. Parker throwing 568. That's a 19 punch thrown gap in favor of Whyte. Punches landed total. Now, this is where it gets really drastic. We have Whyte landing 190 and Parker only landing 90. That's an 80 punch landed gap in favor of Whyte. You look at the accuracy for both fighters, that translates to Whyte having 29% landing ratio and Parker only having a 16% landing ratio. Average punches landed per round, Whyte 14.2, which is actually really good if you've watched any of my previous breakdowns, and Parker 7.5. This fight was very clear. This fight had a very clear winner, and Dillian Whyte. It's not very hard to see this. However, I will say Dillian Whyte did get warned a lot in the fight for some dirty boxing, and also the headbutt is it's questionable, but at the same time, we don't judge that. I appreciate everybody coming through and watching this now or in the future. And make sure you like and subscribe. Also, shout out to Immortal Boxing Truth. That's IBT. He's part of the UGC community. I was watching one of his lives late night, and he was discussing this fight. And it's the reason I actually did this breakdown. Everyone who watches this, please go over there. It's on the UGC Flame channels tab. He's on there as well, but you can also just go to Immortal Boxing Truth and subscribe to him.